Here are 6 things you don't want to miss in GTA Online this week. As usual with this type of video, I have picked out 6 things from the event week, which will probably be the best things overall. And when I actually looked at the event, it turns out this will actually cover the majority of this one. So yeah, leave a like on this video if you go on to enjoy this, and let's jump straight into it. To begin with, I do want to kick things off with the weekly challenge, and there is a couple of good reasons for this. First of all, it will be paying double money and RP, so getting you $200,000 once completed. The challenge itself is very straightforward, just complete 3 taxi fares. It should roughly take you about 5 to 10 minutes. Alongside the cash reward you get from the weekly challenge, you will get a clothing unlock. We saw this with the last event week in GTA Online, and every single weekly challenge all the way up until Halloween will be getting you some sort of mask. So really nice on Rockstar side of things. And don't forget, the Vinewood Undead collection will require you to complete the weekly challenge, specifically the first 3 weekly challenges of the month. I think it is a pretty nice thing. I don't think we have seen a collection like this before, so if you are into your clothing items, it might be something you want to try and do. The second thing that you probably also want to look at will be some of these discounts this week. Honestly, I think the discounts are surprisingly quite underrated. The first thing that we got this week was all of the free Halloween masks, essentially just carrying over from the last week. So really nice to see this one again. And I would probably expect this to go all the way through until Halloween is over. So whilst you guys can, definitely go down to the mask store and make sure that you get all of the Halloween masks. Moving on to our business discounts and vehicle discounts, we got a 30% off the document forgery offices. Not too long ago, I would completely overlook the document forgery. I mean, it is still technically the worst MC business. However, there is some good reasons to pick one up. I think one of the main reasons now is because of the car wash business. If you guys do have that, you will have probably noticed that the passive safe inside does require you to have multiple businesses. So that will be a potential good reason to pick up a document forgery if you are planning to max that safe out. We also got the Arena War outfits with that 30% discount. We also had this one last week. It is always nice to save some money on these things because they do come in quite expensive. All of these Halloween vehicles again are also with that 30% off. Nice to see them. And also bear in mind, I have underlined some of these vehicles that were removed in the past, including the Halloween ones. So hopefully this does not confuse you or anything. It is just essentially to show you what is rare. In terms of the best vehicle, I would probably have to give it to the Itali GTO. I do think it is closely followed by the Jester RR, and the Penetrator is not bad either. If you want to try a different sort of vehicle, the Festival Bus is surprisingly really fun to mess around with. You can use the radio in GTA Online and it will sort of blast the music out of the vehicle, which I always thought was such a cool idea. I might even have to get one before the event refreshes. The last discounts that you might also want to look at will be at the gun van. You could get a 40% off the compact TMP launcher. Overall, not a bad weapon. It really just depends where you use it. There is also a 40% off for GTA Plus members on the tactical SMG and a 30% off for GTA Plus members on the Shocker, the Widowmaker, the Up and Atomizer, and Unholy Hellbringer. If anything, if you have GTA Plus, you probably want to try and get all of these things. A lot of these weapons are essentially just DLC weapons, and in typical Rockstar fashion, they will cost a lot of money without a discount. Even with a discount, some of them will still cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. At this point, I do want to move down to the bonus money. Now, at first value, you might look at this event and think the bonus money is a complete skip. However, for those of you who do not know about this, the document forgery cell missions are actually surprisingly good, and I do think it is quite deceiving because the amount of money you actually make from the document forgery is genuinely not too impressive with the double money and RP, but where it really excels is the time it takes to make that money. You will be saving at least a couple of hours because it will make you guys full stock as long as you resupply in 3 hours time. If you were wondering, the bunker with 1 bar of supplies and completely upgraded will roughly use all of them supplies in about 2 hours. I believe it is 2 hours and 10 minutes, and the document forgery will take 3 hours to completely fill up. And with the double money and RP, you are looking at around $300,000, so just a little bit better than the standard bunker. You might have also noticed that it does have a 4 times bonus for GTA Plus, making you around $600,000 every 3 hours. So in that time frame, frame, you can really just do all of the other money methods if you wanted to. Even just play some of the standard things like the KO Breaker heist, Dr. Dre contract, and eventually you'll be making a lot of money. The Halloween community series is probably my next go-to option. They can be really fun, and of course it will get you into the spirit of Halloween. If you guys play with friends a lot of the time, I would recommend checking these things out. The last thing for bonus money that I also should mention will be another GTA Plus one, and it will be the Counterfeit Cash Factory with just some double money and RP. So if you do have GTA Plus, now is a pretty nice chance to do that. However, if you do not have GTA Plus, do not worry, you can still make millions of dollars without it. And this really brings us to our next talking point, because it will be the event week money methods. Every single week in GTA Online, these things refresh. The new FIB priority file is the brute force file, and here are the challenges you should also complete whilst doing it, getting you an extra $50,000. The salvage yard robberies also refreshed, as usual, making you roughly around $1 million. I always think these things are worthwhile. Even if you guys don't have much time to play GTA Online this week, I would at least try and do the top tier vehicle, which is the D10, and then if you have some more time, maybe complete the Shalgan GT as well. Unfortunately, the salvage yard robberies do take a bit of time to complete, but I'm sure you will have no problem completing them. The time trials as well will always be nice. If you guys have forgot to do them, it is always worth completing them each week, getting you $100,000 for the standard time trial and $250,000 if you have the HSW time trial. The fifth thing that I think you should also at least look at will be some of these test track vehicles and returning cars. Because this is technically a Halloween themed event, you will start to notice a lot of these different Halloween vehicles on display. So first up, at PDM or Simeon's Auto Shop, all of these vehicles will be returning, and I do have to admit, I do think the Halloween ones are a lot better. So if you guys like the look of these things as well, and you have never driven one before, you will get the chance to test drive it, see what you think before buying them. I always think this is probably one of the best features, and I would always recommend it. Then at the LS Car Meet test track, we had some more returning cars for the standard test track. We had the Rapid GT, the Lampadati Pagali, and the Vapid Hustler. I do think the Rapid GT is still probably the best one there, and very similar to Simeon's Auto Shop, you can go ahead and test drive them. I think it is also worth mentioning the HSW test ride is the Grotty Stinger TT, and if you guys are confused on the name of this vehicle, Rockstar did in fact change this. It did used to be called the Itali GTO Stinger TT, which had many people confused. This is a really solid car. It can have the Amani Tech armor plating, missile lock on jammer, and even the HSW upgrades. So very nice in that respect. The last thing we also need to mention will be some of these free cars. By some, I only mean 2 of them, which is pretty standard with each event. Starting at the casino, we had the Dinka Kanjo SJ. I do think this is an incredible vehicle. It is well worth spinning the lucky wheel, and hopefully over the next few days you can get this. Getting it for completely free will be so nice. And as usual, the second free vehicle is inside the LS Car Meet for the prize ride. This one is called the Vapid Click Wagon. In my opinion, I don't really like this vehicle. However, a free vehicle is still a free vehicle. It's always worthwhile, and this one in particular is extremely easy to get. You'll just need to place top 5 in the LS Car Meet series. So you can just hop into any one of the LS Car Meet series. I believe a lot of people for these type of challenges going to the drag races or some race that has only 4 players max. You can then play this, and no matter where you place, you will get this vehicle for free. So yeah, it is a free vehicle. It does look pretty nice, I guess. What do you guys think about that free vehicle, and will you be getting it? So that will really wrap it up for this video. The only thing that I pretty much missed out and did not want to really include was the featured Halloween content. So things like the Phantom Car random event, the Cerberus surprise random event, and things like that. But because this is only the second week for these Halloween themed things, they will be carrying over to the next week. So I didn't really think it was worth including them. Have you ran into any one of these random events yet? I play in invite only sessions pretty much all of the time, so I don't even think they can even spawn in them. But I do remember back in the day when these things used to be really fun and honestly quite scary sometimes. But yeah guys, if you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in any way, shape or form, maybe this reminded you of some of the things to complete, make sure to leave a like on this video. I always do appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel and like what you see, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.